Beloved chosen one, I am Michael, and today I want to speak with you about something you have quietly noticed in yourself, pieces of your parents showing up in your own reactions, your own fears, your own patterns, some of which you inherited gladly, and others you swore for years you would never repeat. I need 10 minutes of your attention today, because I believe this recognition, uncomfortable as it is, might be one of the most important moments of your entire life. I want to speak honestly first, beloved chosen one. Most people never intentionally choose to pass down pain. Your parents, and likely their parents before them, were not cruel by design. They simply carried what they were never taught to heal, and without another model to follow, they passed forward the only patterns they knew: the silence, the anger, the fear, the way love was withheld or conditional, the way conflict was avoided or exploded rather than resolved calmly. I want you to hold both truths together today: compassion for where those patterns came from, and clarity that you are not required to continue carrying them forward, simply because they were handed to you. I want to talk about what these patterns often look like, because naming them clearly is the first step toward interrupting them. Sometimes it is the way you respond to stress, shutting down completely, or exploding in ways that frighten even you afterward. Sometimes it is the way you struggle to receive love, suspicious of kindness, waiting for the other shoe to drop even in genuinely safe relationships. Sometimes it is the specific words that come out of your mouth in frustrated moments, words that sound eerily like a parent you swore you would never sound like, and yet here they are, spilling out before you can stop them. Beloved chosen one, I want you to notice these patterns without drowning in shame over them. Shame keeps you stuck. Awareness sets you free to actually change course. I want to speak to the exhaustion of trying to break these patterns, because it is genuinely hard work, far harder than simply continuing the inherited default that requires no conscious effort at all. Beloved chosen one, every time you pause before reacting the way you were taught to react, every time you choose a different response, even while your body wants to default to the old pattern, you are doing significant work, even when it feels small and unrewarded in the moment. That pause, repeated consistently over time, is what actually breaks a cycle that has existed for generations before you. I want you to say this with me now: beloved chosen one, whether silently or spoken aloud. I am not required to repeat every pattern I inherited. I hold compassion for where these patterns came from, while refusing to let them define my own future. Every small pause, every different choice I make today, is breaking something that has existed far longer than my own lifetime. I am not just surviving what was passed down to me, I am transforming it into something healthier for whoever comes after me. I want to speak to those of you who feel like this work is too significant for one person to accomplish alone, especially if you did not receive therapy, mentorship, or healthy modeling to guide you through it. Beloved chosen one, you do not need to have this perfectly figured out to begin. Progress in this kind of healing rarely looks dramatic or complete. It looks like small, repeated corrections, an apology offered where your parents never offered one, a boundary held where none previously existed, a moment of patience chosen instead of the anger that once felt automatic. I want to talk about the specific fear that breaking a cycle might create distance or tension with family members who are still operating within the old pattern, who might not understand or support the changes you are making. Beloved chosen one, I want you to acknowledge that fear honestly today. Change within a family system often does create friction, at least initially, because you are disrupting a pattern that others may be comfortable with, even if it was never actually healthy. That friction does not mean you are doing something wrong. It often means you are doing exactly the difficult, necessary work that needed to happen for a very long time. I want to speak to the specific grief that sometimes accompanies this work, mourning the childhood you did not have, the parents who could not give you what you needed, even while extending them grace for their own limitations. Beloved chosen one, you are allowed to hold grief and grace together. Understanding why your parents struggled does not require you to pretend their struggles did not affect you deeply. If this message has reached you at exactly the right time today, comment the words, "I am the one who breaks it," so that others doing this same, difficult, generational work can find this same reminder and know they are not alone in it. I also want to speak to those of you who worry it is already too late, that you have already passed some of these patterns onto your own children before recognizing them clearly enough to change. Beloved chosen one, it is not too late. Children are remarkably resilient to change modeled consistently, even after earlier years of struggle. An apology, a genuine shift in behavior, ongoing effort even imperfectly applied, all of it matters, and none of it is wasted simply because it did not begin on day one. I want to remind you as well that breaking a cycle does not require perfection. You will still have moments where the old pattern resurfaces, where exhaustion or stress causes you to react the way you were taught, rather than the way you are working to become. Beloved chosen one, that setback does not erase the progress you have already made. It simply means you are human, doing genuinely difficult work, and difficult work rarely follows a perfectly straight line toward completion. Before I leave you today, I want you to think of someone else in your life who might also be quietly doing this same exhausting work, breaking a cycle that no one else in their family has managed to interrupt before them. Reach out to them today, beloved chosen one. Sometimes the most meaningful encouragement you can offer someone is simply acknowledging how significant and difficult their quiet effort actually is. Beloved chosen one, you are not simply surviving what was handed down to you. You are transforming it, one difficult, deliberate choice at a time, into something healthier for everyone who comes after you. That is not a small thing. It may be one of the most significant things you ever do with your life. Subscribe if this message reached you today, beloved chosen one, because tomorrow I return with another message meant exactly for you. Walk in peace and walk forward, knowing you might be the one who finally breaks it. I remain with you.